I came across this page yesterday, and I think we've gotten to like a new level of wokeness in the country, and that level of wokeness is letting people steal from you, because it's uninviting if you didn't let people steal from you. I'm not kidding. You're gonna see. We're gonna watch this video.
Answering your questions about.
Okay, let's watch this. This is insane. So in here it says, how do you deal with shoplifters, trespassers, etc. without involving the police? Accountability only works if you're in the community with somebody, right? If you're in community. Yeah, okay. So
running a queer anarchist bookstore.
So this is a queer anarchist bookstore. Anarchist. So, you know, sounds cool.
What do you do when people crime in our space? We have these cute little signs.
What do you do when people crime in your space? Like, what? When people commit crimes? Okay, whatever. Let's see. They have a thing that says, stealing inspired some of our favorite tales, but a good thief knows how to choose their targets. Firestorm is a not-for-profit communist something. Theft, go steal from people that deserve it. That's basically what the sign says.
Stealing from a worker-owned business, which is not the same as stealing from some random corporation, and do a
yeah, that's true. I mean, like, if you're gonna steal from like a department store, I do agree with that. I mean, you shouldn't steal in general, but like, go steal from fucking Target instead of like a small business. The Target can deal with it, you know, but you still shouldn't be stealing. But I don't like that because that is more of like an advocation to steal from somewhere else rather than like a deterrent. It's like, hey, it's okay if you steal, just not ever miss. Which actually, you know what? That's all right, based.
A couple of signs actually prevent shoplifting. I wish they don't. We have a pretty high theft rate at Firestorm, and we've talked about various ways we could mitigate this.
They have a high rate of theft. They have a higher rate of theft than most other businesses. I wonder why that could possibly be. Usually, people who aren't reprimanded for stealing tend to steal from. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go to Firestorm and I'm not gonna actually steal, but I'm gonna steal from you. Maybe you just call the police. Maybe you take their picture on a security camera. You bar them from being able to go to the store. They're clearly stealing money from you. You don't really want those type of people there.
Keeping a closer eye on people when they're in the store, having a little beepy thing at the door when people leave.
Yeah.
We've decided it's just not worth the probability that it would make people feel unwelcome or policed in our space.
So they don't want to do anything about it. This is the logic. They don't want to stop thieves in their store because if they stop thieves in their store, they might not come back to the store. Good. Isn't that the whole fucking point? I don't understand. Why wouldn't you? What?
If it's really blatant, occasionally one of my coworkers will like very nicely call someone out and they will usually return.
That's nice.
If that happens. Ultimately, we would rather lose money than risk someone's life by involving the cops.
That's a very woke thing to say. She would rather let people steal from her store and basically ruin her ability to function as a store than to call the police in general. But like, what? You could just you don't even need police. Hire a security guard. Hire a security guard. I don't know. Take a picture. Put it on the wall saying that person can't shop there anymore. I'm just like a little bit confused. Whatever.
Property can be replaced. People cannot.
That's true, but you're going to lose your store.
Now, last year, someone did actually break into our store when we were closed.
Oh, okay.
I'll make a video on how we handled that.
I would hope you called the cops. Abolish the police, it says at the end. Well, that's good. Okay. Funny enough, even though she doesn't call the police's presence in the community still reduces crime. That's a fact. Police presence reduces crime. It's an objective fact. It's objectively true. And we got to make sure we understand that, because a lot of people like to say that the police don't really do anything because, and then they like to gaslight the fuck out of you. Anyway, have people check large coats, purses, or backpacks at the register.
This comment was on our video where I was talking about our Anarchist.
This is like one of the suggestions to the last video.
Bookstore's approach to shoplifting in our store and how we would never call the cops. We had a lot of helpful folks in the comments who were making suggestions for how we could discourage theft from our store in the first place. And I just wanted to add that we've made the decision against any kind of anti-theft policies.
That's a terrible idea. You're going to lose your business. You could tell that she's losing her business because she can't afford the makeup anymore. Just kidding.
Because we believe that no matter what, these policies will disproportionately affect folks of color, particularly black folks, and unhoused folks in our space.
They don't want to stop stealing. This is what she's saying. She's saying, hey, we don't want to stop people from stealing because black people are dumb and poor. That's what she's saying. Hey, well, you know, I know black people are stupid, so I don't want them to get arrested. Bro, listen, I understand systemic racism exists. I understand that black people haven't been afforded the same opportunities as a whole as white people. I understand that the black people are disproportionately poor because of it. They don't have the same access to education. There's conversations about historical trauma. There's a lot we could talk about. But still, it's really demeaning to black people when you tell them that you won't stop them from stealing because they steal a lot. Hey, I don't want to stop black people from stealing because they're always stealing. I don't want them to get you in trouble, black man. You steal, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like kind of a derogatory thing. Like if I was a black guy and I was like, wait, she's not stopping people from stealing because she thinks, like, I just feel like we've almost come full circle with racism. Kind of shitty. Okay. Hire a black security guard. Hire a black security guard. Like, that's it. Hire a black security guard, and then boom, it cancels out. Like, you could sell your books to people with money, and then you could donate money to charity or feed homeless people. Wouldn't that make more sense? Wouldn't it be better to fight, like poverty and like systemic racism by providing food to poor people? Like, who's gonna bro? Like, who's coming in and stealing books? Are you selling porn? Is that why? Is it like you're selling? We sell a lot of porn, and they come and steal. Like, who's stealing the book? Are they eating the books? Why are people going to a fucking bookstore to steal? Like, what is happening? What are you denying them from? Like, they're probably just doing it at this point because, like, they're just like, this idiot doesn't stop us. Where's your store? Where's your store? I want to stop by just to look around.
Even blanket policies that should, in theory, affect everyone equally introduce all these different junctions for our staff to be influenced by our internal biases when we're enforcing them. There's
no internal bias if people are stealing from your store. Stop them from stealing from your store.
Even with this example, what size bag counts? If the store is really busy, do we let it slide? Will just lead to inconsistent enforcement.
No. Okay, her argument there was like, hey, if we're really busy at one point and we can't enforce the rules because of that, then we're inconsistent anyway. That's dumb. So, like, it's one thing if you just don't, like, logistically have the ability to stop somebody from stealing because, like, you're really busy and everybody's... But, like, when there's no one in the store, like, why are you letting people steal from you? That's, like, weird.
Folks in the comments of that video saying that as a person of color, their experience in retail spaces has been characterized by increased attention by salespeople. And it's not just the really bigoted salespeople, right?
It doesn't matter. You don't have to you don't have to follow black people around the store. You don't have to be like, I think that black, like, you're the one saying that you could just not follow black people at the store. You could just be like, hey, I think it's shitty when people stereotype black people, so I'm not going to, like, follow anybody, but we have security cameras, and if somebody does steal from us, we're going to put their face on a board that makes it so that they're not allowed in there. You don't have to follow black people around the store and then, like, be really racist about it. Like, you could literally come up with something else. Have a fucking black security guard, so this way, I don't know, it reduces whatever bullshit implicit bias that could possibly happen. Like, there's different ways to handle this. You're simply letting people steal books.
It's anybody in a racist society who's then expected to enforce policy. And we don't want to do it.
Well, fuck your business.
Answer your question.
How do you deal with shoplifters, trespassers, etc.? This is the last part that we're probably going to watch, without involving the police. Accountability only works if I think we watched, okay.
Questions about running a queer anarchist bookstore.
Anarchist bookstore. Well, that's why. He's an anarchist bookstore.
We already did a video about shoplifting, so let's talk about how we would handle a break-in. Now, this isn't actually a hypothetical. Last summer, someone did break into our store.
How'd you handle it? Did you call the cops?
We only had about $150 in our register, so that wasn't a huge deal.
That's a lot of money. I don't really care if from a business perspective. That's still a lot of money. You let somebody steal $150?
But the breaking of our front door was kind of a bummer. It cost about $400 to get replaced.
So far they stole $550 from you.
And what did we do about this horrific crime?
Call the cops.
Pretty much nothing.
Wow.
We snapped a photo and made a statement on social media as to why we weren't planning on involving the cops.
Also, no, we didn't call the police. There really wasn't anything the law enforcement could do for us that we can't do for ourselves. If somebody is desperate enough to risk their freedom for $150, maybe we've all failed them. It's tough feeling vulnerable and seeing our storefront broken open brought up a lot of emotions, including anger. But incarceration isn't justice, and punishment can only multiply harm. Bro, you do realize that you wasted $550 that you could have otherwise just given to poor people. You could have been like, hey, why wouldn't it make more sense to maximize your profits and then take all those I know you're a nonprofit, but take whatever profits that you get and donate them to like homeless people? Where are the optics here? This doesn't make any sense. You're telling people that they should steal and destroy your store because you're not going to do anything about it.
The cops. He said, there really isn't anything that law enforcement can do for us that we can't do for ourselves.
I like how she's like, there's nothing that law enforcement can do that we can't do for ourselves. But then later on here, she's like, oh, justice, going to jail isn't a good thing. So clearly you're acknowledging that they can put that person in jail. And
if someone is desperate enough to risk their freedom for $150, maybe we've all failed them.
I'm desperate enough to risk my freedom for $150. I gotta eat, dog.
Tough feeling vulnerable, but incarceration isn't justice, and punishment can only multiply harm. Without us even asking for it, our community showed up in a big way. A ton of people bought books, and we recouped all the money that we lost.
Okay, well, that's a smart... So this person's clearly a capitalist. So they don't act... So basically, they were like, yeah, but we told people all this. We said all these really nice things. We did like a nice, beautiful virtue signal. And then everybody flocked in and bought a bunch of books. So we made our money back. So that's actually a brilliant capitalist campaign. So for now, guys, if you ever run a business and you want to maximize your profits, if you're down in your dumps, you're down in the luck a little bit, have somebody break into your store, steal money, put it on social media, tell them that you don't want the person to be arrested because they must very clearly be desperate. And then people come and buy your books. Boom, we did it.
Punishment, we didn't even need accountability. We got what we needed, which was a show of community support.
That's great.
Answering your question.
Funny how the community is more interested in supporting the bookstore than the poor people in it. And you think that it's the system's fault? Nah, maybe it's the community's fault. Okay. Hey, listen, you do you. You do you. That's a good thing. They seem like really nice people. Hey everyone, if you liked that video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow my Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, and TikTok. All links are in the description. Also, check out my Patreon if you'd like to support me even more than you already do. Thank you so much, everyone. I love you all.